560, The Answer.
With the power of Tandem HR, you are in the fast lane on Main Street with Get Down to Business with Shalom Klein, the show for business and jobs. Now, the champion of networking, the advocate of jobs, the guru of business, your host, Shalom Klein.
We are all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship and business. We talk a lot about business here. You're on with Get Down to Business, and I'm your host, Shalom Klein. Remember, you can always download podcasts from Get Down to Business on my website at shalomklein.com. And while you are there, don't forget to follow me on Twitter at Shalom Klein. It's going to be a jam-packed week of content and information that you will not want to miss. It's a live show. You can call us, 312-642-5600. George is eagerly standing by for your calls, 312-642-5600. And if you're like me, after the show, you'll be tuning into the debates. And let me know what you think about what is going on in politics, because as I say all the time on this show, politics and government certainly affects our business community in a major, major way. So first up on the program, I've got my good friends from Smart Technology Services. Radio can't accurately describe what I'm seeing here in studio, but I just have to say that I've got two wonderful professionals that are involved in helping Chicagoland outsource their business IT services, and that's the important thing. Anthony and Joe, thank you so much for joining me here in studio.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Well.
Absolutely. So, Smart, you guys are smart. You guys help a lot of small businesses and big businesses with IT needs, and certainly over the past few weeks, I've learned quite a bit about the work that your company does. But tell us the history, Joe, if you don't mind, about the company and how you got started.
Sure. Smart Technology Services has been around for 18 years or so. As an MBE firm, originally back in 1997 or 98 to be exact, was sitting in the world of network services, network infrastructure. So providing outsourced help desk services, warranty, non-warranty repair of all major brands, as well as managed services. And that would be from your smaller companies all the way to enterprise. And one of the areas that one of the companies we originally started working with is working with CPS in Cook County and Chicago Public Schools. That's where the genesis of Smart and what it does came from. Over the years, though, it has moved to another degree to the side of staff augmentation, as well as the world of big data. And you hear about that all the time, and we have been working very, very heavily in that space as well. I myself, before joining Smart, lived in the world of staff aug. So helping people find jobs, engaging companies that are looking to bring staff on from a contract basis, full-time basis, and my network is where I started from.
And Joe, on Get Down to Business, we talk a lot about outsourcing and how smart, no pun intended over here, but how smart that solution is for a company that is of a certain size. They can actually get more talent for less of a cost, and that helps businesses run more effectively, focus, and do what they do best. So, Joe, I'd love it if you can provide an example, a scenario company that you may have worked with where you've really provided a great solution.
Well, there's a number of them, and I guess you have to take it in the context of any company that focuses on a service and or widget. Technology is just a byproduct of that, and most of the time it's an afterthought for them, where it's if they take it on by themselves, they can get distracted from what their business goals are. Where Smart comes in is saying, we'll allow you to focus on what you do best in whatever area that is, manufacturing, media, e-commerce, you name it. We'll take care of the back end almost in a custodial support type of way, that this is what we do really well. So we can provide high levels of service to you, minimize the expense for you, and actually limit the disruption that you may experience if you had this all inside.
And that's interesting. And I know from our brief discussion earlier that you do quite a bit of work with government and education, as well as small and mid-sized companies. You just gave a good perspective of some of the other industries within the business world that you have worked with. Are there any industries that you say, gosh, we stay away from that and that we don't get involved?
Not necessarily. When you are dealing in the public sector, for example, there are certain expectations that have to be made, that you are going to have to accomplish that. So, and we've done that very, very well. Smart in its genesis, working in that public sector space, has had to be very visible and interact with those agencies and or organizations in almost a transparent type of fashion. When we are working in the commercial space, sometimes it can be a little bit more fluid. Sometimes the business expectations may be a little bit different. However, the idea of Smart is we act with integrity and we act with honesty. If we can help you, we will. If we cannot, we will tell you. And being the fact that we are subject matter experts, so to speak, in this world of technology, we can often refer you to someone that would be able to help you with any specific issue you may have.
And one of the most impressive things about Smart Technology Services is your involvement in community, and that's how we actually connected. Anthony, I know you're involved in community, and I know that actually some of your clients are actually in the nonprofit space, which is fascinating. If you don't mind, tell me why that's important to the company and why you're so committed to being involved.
Well, I can definitely tell you that social responsibility and being involved in the community for Smart Technologies is huge. I'm actually a member of Skokie Chamber of Commerce myself, and I think it's very good for an account executive as myself in sales to be a part of the community and understand people. That's
great. And talking about small business, you just Anthony just mentioned about involvement in the small business community. So as our listeners surely know, I always love to squeeze for as much information as possible. Try to demystify the industries and the companies that we have the good fortune to talk to on the show. So small businesses often hear the term the cloud. And while that may make a lot of sense to all of you smart IT people out there, for many small businesses that are focused on running their restaurant, focused on running their law firm or their accounting firm, they don't necessarily understand the advantages or disadvantages, the challenges and the opportunities in outsourcing or going to the cloud and not having functions in-house. Joe, do you mind explaining it and demystifying that?
Well, everyone thinks that the cloud is this big cloud that's in the sky, and then you put all of your applications up there and it's all taken care of. May be true to some extent, but there's still a physical location that houses all this data and all of the applications that are there. If you are a small business, your main objective is, and let's take a retail space, making sure your systems are working, your POS systems are working, and that you are actually just running your business. They'll hear cloud and get scared of it, where they may have a server sitting in a closet somewhere. Usually there's dust around it. There could be a fire hose sitting above it or something along those lines. Where Smart comes in is to say, let us manage that for you to take away the risk of a catastrophic failure that would happen within your business. Because as small businesses, we are pinching pennies. We are trying to maximize our profitability in order to take care of our employees, grow our business. And sometimes technology, unfortunately, as much as we think about it on a regular basis, sometimes people get scared of the cost of it. This investment, how do I turn that into to dollars for me? And that's where I would say partnering with a firm like Smart Technology Services would almost run arm in arm with you to help you achieve those business goals and objectives that you have so you can get on about your business. And we'll take care of the back end to make sure that nothing is going to happen. And if something does happen, which we're in the world of technology, that there are systems in place that are going to take care of that, make sure that the outage is not catastrophic.
Once again, we're chatting with Joe and Anthony of Smart Technology Services, and we are quickly running out of time, and of course we'll make sure that our listeners have the opportunity to connect with you. But one final question, is there any one tip that you think small business or big business owners should know going into the work week ahead, something that they can do to either secure their data, their technology, or again, sticking on that theme of the cloud, what's the one thing that can actually improve productivity?
Most of it, and that's a really good question, a lot of it is just coming forward to an organization that you would feel comfortable with and just say, I don't know. I don't know if this happens or that happens, what will happen to my organization, and what does that impact? Now, an organization such as Smart that sits in the world of integrity and honesty and ethical behavior, we will tell you that this is where you should consider to make some investment right now at this point that would alleviate any stress you may have down the road. It's any new business owner, and I've owned a few of them, is really just to ask the question, and it's okay to say, I don't know what I don't know.
That's great.
Absolutely.
Well, Joe, believe it or not, we are out of time. I want to make sure that, again, we give the opportunity to connect with you. Joe and Anthony from Smart Technology Services, thanks for joining us here in studio. What's the best way for people to follow up and learn more?
Two ways you can reach us, either through our webpage, www.smartts.com, so that's 2 T's in a row, or feel free to call us at 312-612-8200.
Fantastic. Once again, Smart Technology Services. We appreciate it joining us here, and we'll be sure to check back in with you for tips, advice, and information. Remember, Get Down to Business is powered by our good friends at Tandem HR, your solution center. You can find them online, tandemhr.com. Give them a call, 630-928-0510. But Chicago, don't touch that dial. We've got a lot more for you coming right after this quick break.
Stop.